Hello and welcome to the January 28th edition of the Index Sports Show. I'm Blake Toppmeyer, Editor-in-Chief of the Index. As always on the show, Jack Nicholl, Sports Editor. And special guest with us this week, Senior Katrina Biermann. Katrina from the women's track team, pole vaulter, triple jumper. And Katrina's coming off a big weekend this past weekend at Iowa State. Set the school record, which she already held in the pole vault, but reset her mark at 13 feet and a quarter inch. And then in the triple jump, put herself into sole possession of the school record. She'd been tied previously, but now she has the sole mark at 38 feet, 11 and a half inches in the triple jump. So Katrina, obviously a really strong weekend for you at Iowa State. Just looking back over your performance, what are your thoughts on the way you were able to perform in both events?
Obviously, I had a pretty good meet this weekend. Iowa State it's a great facility. We're fortunate enough to get to go there 3 times throughout the season. They have a nice track, a fast surface to run on, so I mean that helps in competition. I was feeling really good both days. Friday I was able to do pretty well in the pole vault. Was all pumped up from that going into Saturday's competition. I had some family there, and Kristen Lauer, the girl I held the record with previously in triple jump, she was there. So I was just all pumped up pretty much the whole weekend. Feeling good, and I was able to come away with 2 good performances.
What's led to your improvement, specifically in the triple jump?
Past 4 years doing college track, we do a lot of weight training and speed work, which definitely helps with the triple jump. A lot of technique. Coach Cock and I this year have been working on improving each of my phases in the triple jump. Strength and endurance training definitely helps with the triple jump.
I know talking with you previously, you mentioned you used a heavier pole this past weekend. It was about 5 pounds heavier, right, in the pole vault. I guess what made you decide to use that heavier pole, and how can that help a pole vaulter by using a little bit heavier pole?
With pole vaulting, if you use a pole that's heavier than your weight, it'll it's a lot stiffer, but also that will give you more lifts in the air. Friday I was using the 155-pound pole, and I felt like I was getting through pretty well on it. So I've used the 160-pound pole before, but only in the outdoor meets. So I felt like I might as well try it while at Iowa State on a fast surface. So
right.
I tried it out, and it helped me get over 13 feet. It's a lot stiffer and harder to use, but if you can figure it out, it'll definitely push you up higher in the air.
Now, is that something you think you'll continue to use at meets throughout the season, or is it kind of a wait and see type of thing?
It's different every track meet. I mean, I'd like to try to stay on the 160-pound pole, but there's some days I might not be as fast or be ready for it, but definitely like to continue using it.
Sure.
Now that you have the school records in both events, head coach John Cochran did say that you haven't reached your peak yet. What is the next goal for you?
Pole vault, 13 feet was my original goal, but I'd like to definitely keep improving every meet I go to. I'd like to eventually maybe hit 14 feet in the pole vault, try to hit 40 feet in the triple jump, but basically just every meet just try to do a little bit better than the week before, and hopefully at the end of the season I have to look back and
Right now you're ranked second nationally in the pole vault. You mentioned 14 feet. Do you think that's kind of the target area to have a chance at the national championship, or have you identified maybe a target area where you can maybe get to that top spot at indoor nationals?
I think the top 4 or 5 girls are all pretty much in the same. We have the same level. We have the same level of ability in the pole vault, but I think the day of the meet, anything can happen. But I think 13.6, upper 13s would probably give me a pretty good shot.
Okay.
Give anybody a pretty good shot at
right.
winning the title. So that would 13.6 would probably be a good goal for indoor.
Okay.
I know some members of the team are coming off a successful cross-country season. What are the strengths of the track team overall?
On the women's side, yeah, the long distance people have definitely improved a lot more from last year. We've got, a couple girls went to cross-country nationals in the fall. They're definitely, a lot better than they were last year. We've got a couple freshmen that have some good potential. There's some good talent there. And we've got another jumper that, she's a sophomore, but she's got potential too. We've got a couple pretty good throwers. We've got a senior thrower. She's, really strong in the weight throw, and I think our distance medley relay team has a good chance of maybe qualifying for the national meet as well.
Pole vault and triple jump, pretty good strengths.
Yeah, pole vault and triple jump. Yeah.
Right. Now I know you've been pole vaulting since freshman year. I guess how did you get into pole vaulting? That's kind of seems like a specialty skill. What made you want to give pole vaulting a shot there in high school?
Well, I had never really considered pole vaulting before high school. I ran track in 8th grade, and I did the jumps and sprints then, and I was also doing competitive gymnastics at the time. And one day, in 9th grade, I was sitting in social studies class. It was a couple weeks before track season started, and one of the 9th grade social studies teacher was actually the head pole vault coach at the high school. So I was just sitting in class, and he came in and pulled me out of the classroom, talked to me. He was like, I hear you did gymnastics, and I just want to tell you that I just ask you to consider doing pole vaulting, because from past experiences, I've had gymnasts that are really good at pole vaulting. So I think you should give it a shot. And he basically told me that I expect to see you at pole vault practice on Monday. So I kind of didn't have a choice. But I'm glad I went out and tried it.
Certainly turned out well, I would say. Well, Katrina, thanks for being on the show this week again, and congratulations on a good weekend, and good luck to you throughout the rest of the year as you approach the indoor national meet.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week with another edition of the Index Sports Show.